Hello and welcome to IMMERSCAPE. Our goal is to create an immersive, interactive virtual escape room experience that uses multimodal user input, such as gestures and voice commands to interact with objects in the environment. Freeze. Unfreeze. On. Off. Hello?
Howdy, mate. I'm Watcher, the Quokka. What's up?
How do you ask for help if I'm stuck?
If you're stuck or forgot a command, you can ask for help by saying the word help and return to the game by saying back.
Bye.
Catch you later, alligator.
You opened the drawer and a key fell out. You've just obtained the key.
Oh, hello?
Hola, I'm Krabby, the capybara. How can I help you?
What is the safe code?
I don't remember all of it, but I think it starts with the number 2. Might be helpful to turn off the light.
Why is the mouse so sad?
Oh, my friend Steve the mouse has been craving some cheese to go with his gratis for days. Poor Steve.
Where can I find some cheese?
I think you can find some on top of the fridge.
Goodbye.
Adios.
You opened the dresser and obtained a flashlight. You opened the painting and discovered a safe.
Off. Oh, something here. Okay.
You've
Got
just obtained the cheese.
Probably feed it to the mouse because he's sad. Wait. Oh my god.
The mouse ate the cheese and thanks you. As a reward, it hands you a small black key.
Yeah, just open the
You opened
fridge.
the fridge and obtained a piece of watermelon.
No, I guess I will kill the mouse because why not?
The mouse ate the mashed potatoes and
Swear I'm not
instantly dies.
psychopath. Okay, now we feed this to the capybara.
The capybara ate. You've just obtained the capybara.
Okay, I have to open the safe. I'm gonna zoom in.
Congrats, you unlocked the safe and obtained a hammer. You broke the window. However, the hole you made is too small for you to fit through. You will need to find another way to get through.
Okay, throw him out the window.
The capybara jumped out through the window and opened the door from the outside. Congrats on solving the escape room and reuniting the grandma with her grandson. We basically detect gestures through a lead motion controller and voice through the laptop's microphone. As for rendering the graphics, we use the famo.us library, which was the same library as the one used in Mini Project 4. And we use Google speech to text to have some verbal feedback from the computer as well. Only for a laptop screen, it shows some visual display as well as feedback from the escape room and its components, such as the zoom in views of the safe, as well as the cursor when the user is hovering on top of certain items. So some things that we believe we did well are the gestures were quite intuitive and also distinctive. The tutorial does a pretty good job of teaching commands one by one, since before you have to constantly consult the cheat sheet by saying the word help. And now we also incorporated some cursor changes depending on what object you're hovering on and the property of that object, whether it's openable or switch onable. So this good visual feedback, we think, will help the user not have to try opening everything like they did before. So use some improvement is the speech recognition, which is still pretty slow and not always accurate, unfortunately. However, we found that forcing the user to use more full natural sentences in conversation with the capybara helps improve voice recognition of phrases. Also, some gestures are just a little too sensitive, like pressing a button. And it's very easy to press the wrong button back. As for the save, you can't really press the same button twice in a row, including the delete, which can get pretty annoying since you have to press enter and restart. Additionally, some gestures such as the one for zooming in, is not very intuitive since it's a pinch rather than an expand gesture that you would usually associate with zooming in. How the game automatically restarts if a user messes up, so you basically kill the mouse before you get the key from it. And you can also restart it by saying the word restart. You can skip tutorial by saying skip. And there's a lot of verbal command options alternative for the gestures shown in the demo. And the tutorial also has feedback if you turn the wrong way
And if you feed a mouse that's already dead, we also have game logic for that tells you that you can't kill the mouse twice. One of the interesting failures is that our gesture for pressing, which is basically pointing your index finger and then moving the hand slightly forward, we use the z coordinate of the palm velocity, which detects forward and backward motion, to detect whether there was forward motion. However, we noticed that the quick side-to-side motion that happens when you're trying to move around to press buttons somehow triggered a threshold, which caused the button to be accidentally pressed. These motions are likely to pass the threshold based on just the z coordinate, despite the low relative magnitude in the z compared to the x or y directions, which is quite problematic. We tried just increasing the threshold, but that made pressing much more difficult and actually impossible, even if we froze the cursor. One of the potential solution we thought of was using a normalized vector to detect that the primary direction of movement is still in the z direction, forward, and then combine that with the z direction threshold to add an additional constraint for whether the hand was moving forward.